All right, so we're on day one of the Imprint training program here. And first off, this is going to just be an overview of what that first day might look like. But also, we're going to break it down into pieces in future videos so that you can do it at home. We're not going to do any kind of secrets, but what we're going to do is we're going to work with the dogs so that when they go home, your puppy will know how to sit, how to go down, stay. We'll go in the crate and sleep overnight. Because a lot of times people will take home a new puppy and the puppy is crying all night long, and they're like, oh my gosh, I have to get up with them every few hours. So what we do is we figure out a good schedule. And we tell the people when clients are picking up puppies, we say, okay, he goes out at this time and we feed them at this time. And so we just get a routine started for the puppy, and we get them started on their basic training so that you can work with them and they already have a common knowledge. So the first day of the training is just getting the puppy more accustomed. This is the first day that she's going to be away from her litter mates. We've been socializing and playing with them since they were born. That's something that we always do. You know, we get them used to getting their ears tugged on or flipped over or whatever, so that they're used to it and they know that there's no harm that's going to come from it, but that they're used to it if it happens, that they don't get really strung out and sad. So right now I'm just using some treats, and I'm sitting her here on the lap and just playing with her. But then we'll move it to the floor. So let's come down here, and at first I'm just waiting until she gets in. As soon as I see that butt hit the ground, that is good. So she gets to lick the treat. Now I catch her doing something good, I also give her another treat. So right now, having not even really worked with her too much, she is already going into these poses naturally. And again, this is the first time that she's ever been exposed to this. I haven't been giving her treats like as she was just a little baby and sitting her down or anything. This is just the first day, because a lot of what they're learning in the beginning is things from other dogs, how to interact with other dogs and how to work with other puppies. So what we're doing now is getting them used to humans, and we're rewarding for the behaviors that we catch them doing. If you notice, I didn't say give any commands. So if your puppy doesn't want to go right down, you put it at their nose and you kind of force them back into that. Another thing that I'll work on is I'll bring in their nose down. They're following the treat. As soon as she's in that down position, she gets the treat. And again, you give her just a little bit. So you can go straight to that position, and then boom, she hit it right. Now I'm not putting words with it. I don't even care about that. I just want her to know, wow, I get treats when I go into this position. You want every time that the puppy comes to you, they're not jumping up on you. We don't want puppies jumping up on your lap. We don't want any of that. We're trying to teach them the good behavior by rewarding it when we see them doing the good behavior. Oh, I gave her a little early when she was doing a beg. I shouldn't have clicked it there, but I got a little ahead of myself. It happens, but just mainly we're trying to figure out when they're doing good things. We give them a reward. The click says you're doing good, and then that you're about to get a treat. Eventually, you're going to want to, you don't have to have a treat, and then the click will be the reward. But right now it's click, then they get the treat. And it's like Pavlov's dog from psychology class. So they hear the bell, and then they get the food, and every time right after, and then they'll start salivating at the fact, and they'll equate the actual treat to the click. So the click becomes the treat. Again, you don't have to use the clicker. That's just what we use when we have it. If we don't have it, we would just use the food, or if you don't have food, like I'm out right now, I'll just say, good girl, good girl, good girl. So we get them used to all the different things that are going to be a reward for them, whether it's treats, whether it's just a scratch, like just the positive attention. So then they equate the positive attention comes when I'm sitting quietly, or the positive attention comes when I lay down on the floor quietly. I get a little positive attention. If I'm jumping up, I get a negative attention. I get pushed back into a more positive position. I get scratches when I'm doing good girl. And then you're just rewarding that. So this is what to expect for the first day of training. This is part of the Imprint program. Again, I'm going to make different videos that will focus more on the individual aspects of the training. But right now, we're just focused on getting them, when we see them doing something good, we reward it. And we're trying to get the puppy ready to go home, having the basic manners out of the way. So this is 2 weeks that we're going to be working with her specifically. We're going to have her sleeping in her own crate, which is a big transition for a puppy when they first come home, because they've been with their litter mates and their mom for the past 8 weeks. So that first night in a crate is going to be a lot of crying. But what we do is we have other puppies that have already been crate trained, so they'll be able to sleep beside them. So it's a transition period. She will sleep in her own crate, but it will be right beside another dog in their own crate. And that does seem to kind of limit and give a little transition for them to work their way up to do that when you take them home. So again, if you have any questions about a puppy from Happy Doodle Farm or the Imprint program itself, go to our website at happydoodlefarm.com and reach out to us that way. And we'll be back for another video sometime soon.